All right, hello. In this video, I'm going to show quickly what normals are in 3D modeling and how they are used in Blender. So in the real world, usually things with surfaces have two sides. Like there is this newspaper. This page has one side where there is the weather forecast and one printed, and the other side with more weather forecast. Okay, it's the armlet, by the way. Okay, so there's one thing printed on one side and another thing printed on the other side. So that's what we are used to in the real world. But that's not so in when we're going to 3D modeling, to computer modeling. In there, things with surfaces have only one surface. That's the default. And you always have to know which way that surface is pointing also. So it can point inwards, or it can point outwards, or to some other direction, but mainly inwards or outwards. And every vertex point also has its own normal. Every face has its own normal. So where these surfaces point out is the normal. So I'll take this little pin to demonstrate, and this piece of tissue paper. So let's say this is our normal, so I just put the pin through the paper. So now you can see that it's pointing this way. I try not to hurt myself. Anyway, I can take away the pin and put it the other way around. And now this would mean that I have flipped the normal. So now it's pointing in the other direction. So let's see how this would look like in Blender and where we can check where the normals are, because this is quite important in many places. For instance, when you're making a room and you're starting with a cube, and when you're adding a cube, all the normals are pointing outwards usually, but in a room you want the textures to be inside, so you might want to flip the normals inside. Okay, I'll put the pin back to its box, so I won't step on it or anything. And I'll share my screen now, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so here's the Blender basic cube that I have, well, edited just a little bit. So I gave it a bit of a base color so that it would look nicer. Also, what I did in the edit mode, I took away the lid of the cube, so just that we could see the normals better, how they go. So how to see the normals, because you can't see them in the normal view. So I need to be in the edit mode, and it's also recommendable to well, select everything, although I don't know if that's strictly necessary. Anyway, here in the layout mode and in the 3D window, I can find this show overlays button here in the right hand side, show overlays. So first, if that's not on, I click it on, and then here are the overlays that are shown, for instance, bones. or other things, and the normals are right here at the bottom. I can show vertex normals, or I can show split normals or face normals. Let's see. If I click on the face normals here, well, they usually are quite small. So let's see. Okay. So now the size is just 0.14, so I'll make them bigger so you can see better what I'm doing. See the normals? They are those blue lines. And I go back, and now I can make them even longer for you to see. If I click all of these on, then here the split normals and the vertex normals. So, okay, so how to flip these around now that we can actually see them. So if this would be my room, for instance, or house or whatever, that's also done in the edit mode. And I go here to mesh, and there I can find normals. I can either click flip, so it will flip all the normals the other way, or those that I have selected, or I can say recalculate inside. So now when I go and look in the inside of the cube, yes, there are the normals. Ta-da. And of course I can flip them around anytime I want. And I think there was some sort of command for that. Yes, for the recalculating outside, it's I see it's Shift and N. And now they are outside again. Sometimes when you have sculpted things in other programs, or for instance in VR, and then you import the meshes in Blender, sometimes the normals might be not pointing where you want to, or some of the normals might be pointing in various directions. So then it's good to have like recalculate everything outside at once. Yeah, so that was my short lesson on normals.